That's how it happens. That's how it happens. We live, like I'm on. Like, hey, how you doing? We back. La Cocina podcast, episode 16. I am your girl, Danny Ray, joined by my co-host,
Adriana Rivera, La Gordita Linda.
That's right. And we are also joined by, you forgot to meet your friend.
That's not me.
Is it me?
That's you.
It's not. It is me.
It is
you. You already know. We are back.
Poppin'. Yes.
And we are joined by a special guest coming all the way from Rockland County, the 845 hip-hop artist, Still a Mess, right?
Woo! Yes.
Yes. So, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for joining us. Can we look at the check-in and let's see who's in on the live stream?
Yes.
Who do we have? We have shout-outs to Katana J in the A. I see you're here. Shout-outs to my mama. My mama's here. Where's your mama
Yo,
at?
mama. I don't know.
Let's page your mama.
Mama, where you at? where are you?
Shout-outs to Jimmy G from Astoria, Queens. He's always here showing love. And thank you guys so much for tuning in to a brand new episode of Cocina Sunday, episode 16. So, without further ado, shall we bring up the topics?
First, we got to let our new viewers know
that's
who
right.
we are.
You see? I'm doing it again.
If you are joining us for the first time, we are La Cocina Podcast. We are two Latina friends who talk trending topics, interview inspirational people,
That's right.
and share our thoughts with love, humor, and no judgments.
Except for today, because everybody's still a mess.
Everybody's still a mess.
Everybody is still a mess. So now we can get into the topics, right?
Let's get into these topics,
All right,
please.
let's talk about this, please. So first things first, the never-ending Rachet story of Cardi B. Man, the saga continues, and we got more to talk about what's going on. The second topic we have is hashtag cancel Kanye. Are we canceling Kanye? Are we over it? Is it done now? I want to know. I want to hear from you guys. We're going to be talking about that. And the last, not the last. See, I always introduce things as last. Fire me, will you?
Tired.
The third, so that was odd. That's never happened before. We were knocked offline, but you know what? We're back. We're better than ever. Let's get back into it. Can we just refresh on the topics real quick? Let's just refresh. We're not gonna go over it. We're just gonna let you know what it is. So the topics for today.
We are Cardi B, the never-ending Rachet story.
That's right. And then there is cancel Kanye, whether or not we're canceling him based upon his pro-Trump rants. The other thing is the Trump alert. Let's get into that. We're going to be talking about that a little bit. And then finally, our interview with hip-hop artist Still a Mess.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you for everybody that decided to join back in also. We appreciate it.
Yes. See, some things just cannot be controlled. And it is what it is, right?
Yep.
We move on.
Moving on.
But please like and share this video so we can get everybody who was on the feed back on the feed. That's right. So we were on Cardi B. What were we talking about? Her behaviors,
her craziness,
and her yeah. So we're asking you, Cardi B, please let's tone it down. Let's get back to the basics. Let's get back to the music. Let's get back to just doing what it was that we were doing prior to all of the drama. Because honestly, I mean, say what you want. I enjoy Cardi as both a personality and even as a hip hop rapper. I can't say artist. She doesn't write her own stuff.
As a rip rapper.
As a rip rapper. Stop playing.
Listen, the thing is, okay, so I don't know if you guys got it before. Really quick, just so you guys are on track with what it was that happened. She turned herself in for an incident that happened on August 29th in the Angel Strip Club in Flushing, New York. 2 misdemeanor counts of reckless endangerment, 1 misdemeanor count of assault.
That's right.
Okay, so basically what we are trying to establish here is that, you know, this is not love and hip hop. Right? We are trying to present ourselves as who we want to become, right?
Right.
I mean, it's like that for anybody. It's like that even for me. Who do I want to be? That's how I should be presenting myself.
Right.
Right? You're going to have to answer eventually to your child who will come across your stuff on social media and be asking like, you know, this is how the media is portraying you right now.
Yeah.
And it's not looking good.
No, it is not.
It's nobody good looking.
It's nobody good looking at all. But listen, Cardi, man, we wish you the best. We want you to get well. We want you to do better.
Get well.
Listen, people are acting crazy out here. I mean, let's get into Kanye just for a second. And by a second, I mean a long 10 minutes for a second, because this might take some time. So let's talk about canceling Kanye. So he went on SNL, as we all know. It was last week, right?
It was on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
not the 29th.
Right.
Yeah.
September 29th. And he did his performance as he was the Perrier bottle without the logo. Do we have that image that we could put up of him as the Perrier? I don't know. And then Lil Perp was the Fiji water, and they did their new song, and oh man, it was just a hot mess. And then apparently afterwards he held the SNL cast, crew, hostage, and audience completely hostage.
It was uncalled for, though.
It was unprecedented.
It wasn't even like, let me tell y'all what I'm about to do real quick so that people could choose. Like, all right, I'll be a part of this.
Yeah, I'll co-sign to this.
Right, no, come here real quick.
So people who did not co-sign was Kenan Thompson, as we all know, one of the longest running cast members on SNL.
Yeah.
He dipped early. He was like, I'm not with this. We're not doing this.
He didn't even go back on the stage.
No.
He was like,
absolutely
nope,
not.
Goodbye.
And then Pete Davidson addressed the Kanye hostage situation from his point of view last night on Saturday Night Live, in which he explained how he literally ducked off stage and was just like, nope, skirt, I'm out of here.
You can see it too in the video. He just kind of like turns around and like,
he's like, I want a career.
Like,
I don't want to be bothered with this. I need a career.
You could even see Chris Rock was posting like on Snapchat. He's giggling in the background like, oh my God, this is happening.
So what were some of the things that he mentioned within that rant? Because I know he was very pro-Trump. We understand that. He wants to lead with love. Which, how do we lead with love with the presidential candidate that we have right now? How has he led with love this entire time? That's what I want to know. Please comment below if you can help me out with this.
This is a very controversial topic, and I want you guys to know that whatever your opinion is, we are not going to look at you and judge you.
No, we're not.
You know, say anything. You know, we're not. I won't side eye anybody this week.
Yeah,
I won't side eye anybody. No, but. You know, it is one of those topics that is a little
uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable to talk about because he is our president. And,
yes, I know.
You know, there are a lot of people that think, you know, our economy is doing better now than it has been doing in a long time.
Yes.
And so there are those points. But then when you come down to I'm
just talking about the love portion.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The only thing that I'm addressing is just how do you expect to lead with love, or how would you want to lead with love when our current person in leadership has not led with that? I think it's been obvious.
Yeah.
And that's okay, because we understood that his motivation was the money, the green, the getting us great again in terms of finances, right?
I guess so. And then we do have, you know, I think Kanye was where. Oh wait, no, it's not Kanye anymore.
No, and that's another thing. Can we discuss that?
It's yay.
It's yay. As in yay, though you walk through the valley of the shadow of the sunken place. What's happening?
I don't know, but Ye was wearing a MAGA hat. That is the proper way to say it.
Apparently.
MAGA. For those of you who don't know, make America great again.
I say that I honestly make Kanye great again.
Make Kanye 2006 again.
Right? Pete Davidson nailed that right on the head with make Kanye 2006 again. Seriously, let's think about Kanye 2006 briefly. What do you remember about Kanye 2006?
I actually had that CD back when CDs were a thing, guys.
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine?
Before we had everything downloaded on our phones. And I had that CD and I used to bump it. I used to love 808 and Heartbreaks, right?
Yep.
That was the CD that was that year. And like he came out with like as an artist, he came out with some new sounds. He came out with some deep songs that were like you can vibe to. It was great. I loved it.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, he kind of just fell off.
Since then, I don't know. I don't know. And allegedly Kim Kardashian was super embarrassed.
Yeah, she as a wife, I feel like she's obligated to support him. But as a
Hold on. Hold the phone. So as a wife, if your husband was out there, if this was you in your situation, your husband was talking crazy.
He's not watching,
acting
is
like
he?
he's still a mess. Would you support that?
No, and I would, but I think that
So why should she?
because
It's messing
she's in
up the
public,
money.
She's in the public eye.
It's
She has to
messing with
look.
the. Listen, don't mess with my commas, Kanye. Sit down. Stop talking so much.
She does have to look like she represents a good supporting wife, even if this whole debacle is embarrassing for her and her family.
Listen, I don't mean to sound disrespectful, but I'm almost 99.9% sure Miss Donda is rolling in her grave right now. Okay? Let's get into it. You want to get into the shit? Excuse me. You really want to get into it? Let's get into
The
it.
stuffs.
The stuff.
Get into the stuff,
Let's
girl.
get into the stuff. Donda West is somewhere just thinking, boy, where did we go wrong? Boy, where did we go wrong?
Apparently, Pete Davidson said that that Kanye thinks that slavery is not a real thing.
How is
Right.
that not a real thing?
Ask Kanye.
Yeah. I don't know how.
Ask
And then he
Kanye.
spoke about abolishing the 13th Amendment. Like, what?
I don't know. He went on there talking about, I don't even know. He went on there talking about
What? You blanked out. She blanked out. That's it. It's done. What happened?
I don't know. I feel like Kanye, I don't know what's going on with him, but I feel like it wasn't necessary, right,
Yeah.
to bring it on. It wasn't necessary to, if you're called on the show to be a performing artist, and you're upset the whole way. By the way, he was upset the entire time. He said he was being bullied into not being able to wear his MAGA hat, which Pete Davidson said
He's
was
been wearing it
not-
all week.
Yeah, it was not an accurate statement. You were not bullied out of it. You wore it anyway.
Listen,
You
you've
did
been
your
hanging
thing.
out with Trump too long, Kanye. You're out here making all types of, alternative facts and such.
Talking about I'm not on my meds. This is the real me.
Yeah. No, brother, please. Brother, please take your meds again. It's okay. There's no shame in it. But we need you well, man. Let's move on, shall we? I'm over that.
Please.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We can talk about his bestie Trump for just a second because we all, well, I didn't get any alerts. Did you guys get alerts? Please comment below. Let us know if you got some alerts. I didn't receive any. What about you?
Collectively, my entire room that I work in, my laboratory. My laboratory.
Yes, Adriana is a mad scientist when she's not on the show.
So don't mess with me. No, everyone's phone collectively went off except for mine because I turned off. By the way, if you didn't get it, that's because only phones compatible with the wireless emergency alerts system can receive it.
Really?
But if you are on a phone call or if you have it switched off, like if you go through the settings and turn it off, then you won't receive it either. And so, like, you work in, like, a dungeon in, like, a corner somewhere. So
I do.
you
It's
didn't
true.
receive it because you ain't got no signal.
No,
But
I don't even get your text messages.
Exactly.
If there's an emergency at my job, I'm as good as gone. Really.
Yeah. I'll get the text message 3 hours later. Well, no sense in doing anything about it now. Presidential
So
alert.
I didn't get the alert. I didn't care to get the alert, but a lot of people, my professor, I was in class, and all of a sudden his phone goes off, and we're like, so, and there it was, but
He's being the ultimate troll, dare I say.
the ultimate troll. Well, you know, who is he in competition with for the ultimate troll?
I think Tekashi 69
Yes.
take a slice of that cake.
Okay.
I think Nicki recently
Yes.
has taken a slice of that cake.
Yes. Did we talk about that?
We
briefly?
didn't, but
No.
let's talk about these trolls for a second. Ready?
Yeah.
Nicki came out with some merch.
Yes.
Can
we
about
pull
3
that
days
merch
ago.
up?
Yeah, she came up with it about 3 days ago. Let me know when you got it up. And it is basically saying, she posted it on her Instagram. Nicki stopped my bag. Nicki stopped my bag. Now I don't know if you guys remember,
Petty.
we did talk about the Cardi B shoe incident, and afterwards she went on a rant on her thing, and that's what she posted on her Instagram. Cardi B, Nicki is stopping my bag, right? So
She came out with a bag for it. She came out with
with
a
a
shirt for it.
with a hoodie,
She was not
jacket.
playing. She is taking Queen Radio to another level. Let me tell you.
So she's taking a slice of that troll cake, and then we have Kanye's recently been trolling everybody. He trolled all those people.
Well, now he's off social media.
Yeah. Oh yeah. After this happened, after he received all this backlash, he I don't know. Maybe he couldn't handle it.
Well, what? It was a lot to handle. That smoke was no joke. People are not playing. They're not playing.
So he is currently off social media. But we're talking about, like, even for months and months and months now, there have been articles portraying him as, like, if without the music you make, without the artist title, you're just another internet troll.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
But my question is, what was the whole purpose behind this whole Trump alert stuff?
Just in case something
Just
happens.
to prove, like, how in control he really is.
Right. Let me troll all of America all at once.
I lost the login for my Twitter, so let's try this.
Right. Okay. I'll be posting on here from now on.
Touche. But we wanted to segue from Trump alert into a little bit of a more personal conversation, right?
Yeah, because he definitely one-upped everybody.
Yes, he did.
Right. And then in keeping with the topic of one-upping people, I feel like we should speak a little bit on collaborating versus competing.
Yeah.
Right. So there's a lot of people in competition right now. We see it all in the industry, all over the industry that we talk about. And, you know, I think that we need to kind of discuss what these differences are. What is collaboration? Go ahead and give me some examples.
So collaboration is something that took place, like, for me yesterday, for example. Shout outs to Damian Emile. Shout outs to Amy World Entertainment of Paterson, New Jersey. They have a brand new platform counting down top 10 videos for independent artists, which I think is dope. Shout outs to Big Veg, who's also here with us. And we collaborated. I was able to go on their platform. I guest hosted for them. You know, it was an amazing time. It was a dope experience. That is a collaboration, when you're taking your brand and meshing it with someone else's brands and you're creating together. It's collaborative.
Yes.
When you're competing, you want to explain the competition. I don't know if they want me to explain
I think that presidential alert explained it all.
Yeah.
You should not bring yourself to someone's movement, right? Or allow yourself to be a part of someone's movement because you want to prove that you can do it better. It is about bringing what you have to the table.
That's right.
And making the industry better, or making all of it, like collectively, building you up, you build me up.
That's right.
Right? Not, here's how you do it, and let me show you how I do it
better. Or rather,
better.
What irks me from a personal perspective is when we've already collaborated, we've already created the work, and then you go back around and say, well, I didn't enjoy working with so-and-so, or rather, I know that I worked with her and that was great, but I could have done it better. And it's just like, well, okay, but it burns the bridge. The bridge that could have been built between us, because it's like, what you bring to the table, I can't bring to the table. That's what makes you you.
Exactly.
What I bring to the table is not what you're going to be able to bring to the table. That's what makes me me. And we should be able to coexist and be able to bring all of our strengths to the table and use them to our mutual benefit.
Yeah, we all have that secret ingredient.
That's right.
Right?
And we need to respect that we all have each other's we need to respect the fact that we all have secret ingredients, and that's okay. It doesn't mean that what you bring is anything less value than what I have.
Exactly.
And vice versa. And, so when people step on their platforms, they're given a blessing. That's your blessing. You've been built. You've invested in that. It's your dream. It's your product. But when you step on that platform, just to show how much better you are than everybody else, and literally take your time into diminishing others' work, you got a problem.
It says a lot about your character.
It says more about you than it ever would about them, no matter how much more talented you may believe you are. So let's just be mindful of that going forward. this is not a platform in which I would ever want to be known for speaking illy of somebody else's platform in that sense, you know, especially on a local level when we're all trying to get to the same goal.
The same goal, absolutely.
And we definitely can, because there's so many talented, you know, forms of platforms that are out there, all various types from all over. So it's like, let's stop the shenanigans.
Yes.
Peace and love. Peace and love. We're going to end it on that. Let's get into the interview. The long-awaited interview with hip-hop artist STILLAMESS, all the way from Rockland County. Ooh. The 845 is in the building.
Hey.
How you doing, man? How you doing, STILLAMESS? Thank you so much for joining us.
I'm doing amazing. Thank you for having me on the show.
Thank you. So let's get right into it. Let's talk about how you came up with your name, STILLAMESS, because it's been an inspiration to us hearing it ever since we've heard it.
Right. I feel you. Basically, I came up with STILLAMESS. I feel like it's something that we all have in common. You know what I'm saying? That no matter how much any of us have our life together, we are all still a mess. You know?
Right.
It's what makes us people. We're not perfect, but we're special because of it. You know what I'm saying? So I encourage people to embrace their mess and their diversities and what makes them different.
That's right. Perfect.
I will, from now on, embrace my mess.
I've embraced all of my mess, honey.
Hey.
All of my, and Lord knows. So, how did you get introduced to the hip hop culture?
I was a young child. I mean, I grew up in the Bronx. I was born in the Bronx, New York, and my brother was a DJ, and he was a pretty affluent DJ too. He was doing a lot of stuff back in the late '80s, and you know, spinning at parties where a lot of popular Bronx rappers were at, like Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick and things like that. And
Wow.
he used to make me my own like mixtapes, you know, and probably giving me music I shouldn't have been listening to at that young, but you know,
all right.
We won't tell.
Character building.
Right, definitely, for sure. And I loved it, you know. I mean, I got turned on to hip hop at a very young age, and I started reciting improv bars, which later I found out were freestyles. And yeah, I mean, I just continued to grow from there. I knew what I wanted to do at an early age.
Right.
And by the time I was in high school, I was paying for my own studio time and investing in my own career.
How were you paying for your own studio time in high school? What were you doing? What were some of your odd jobs coming up?
Whatever I could do to get my money. I mean, I'm not gonna put anything out there other than good stuff. But yeah, I mean, I hustled around and made money.
All right.
Okay.
Fair enough.
You gotta do what you gotta
So,
Right.
at what point did you decide that you wanted to personally become an artist?
Probably when I was 7 years old.
Really, that young?
Because that's when I started freestyling. I was 7.
Wow.
Yeah. It was
Okay.
great. I was a little kid. I had no idea what I was talking about, but for some reason I was able to like really come up with bars at a young age.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So I know you mentioned your brother was a DJ, but who in hip hop were your inspirations?
Oh, I mean, I got a long list, but
Who made the most impact? Let's
right.
narrow it down.
Well, when I was a kid, you know, I used to listen to a variety of different artists. A lot of artists from the Bronx, like Boogie Down Productions artists, KRS-One,
Wow.
and people like that. I also was inspired by a lot of underground hip-hop artists, like the Def Jux guys back in the day. I don't know if you remember them, but in the late 90s, there was a big independent hip-hop scene. The Wake Up Show and all that good stuff. So, yeah, like a lot of definitely a lot of independent music inspired me. But then also the moguls of hip hop too, like Jay-Z and like 50 Cent and T.I., the people that actually took the music and kind of made empires around it. You know, definitely for sure I'm very inspired by the businessmen in hip hop. And I also feel that they're all very talented too.
Right.
You know, Dr. Dre, Eminem, people like
Right.
that. You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Some of my favorites there
Yeah,
too.
right? I'm saying, so now you're also an entrepreneur.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about your business and what it represents.
Okay. Basically, the name of my business is NLS Global Marketing, and subsidiary to that, I have MESSFAM Entertainment. In essence, my company is an entertainment marketing company. You know, that's what we do. We
Can we throw the lower
market and
thirds?
promote entertainment, and you know, we operate with a number of very talented businessmen.
Yeah.
And we're all scattered around the country. And we do a lot of our work digitally. Of course, you know, we have our times where we get up in person and things like that, but we're constantly moving around. I'm the president of the company, the CEO. I have a COO, a CBDO, a A&R department, a management department, and we're constantly growing. We're growing our publicity team. We're doing a lot of running around to different radio stations and podcasts and video shows and just going out there and putting out the word. I'm also a humanitarian. I'm on the board of Helping Hands for Puerto Rico, which is a 501c3 corporation, not-for-profit.
Yes,
And
yes.
we have a variety of awesome people that are part of it. Reiko Yazo is the founder, and he's also one of my partners with MESSFAM.
Wow.
And big shout out to him and the whole squad at MESSFAM.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Ruben Estrada, which is actually the former VP of La Mega.
Wow.
Maria Vasquez Doles, who's a Supreme Court justice.
Yes.
And a variety of other people that are also on the board, too, that are of notoriety.
So, what got you into the philanthropy aspect of what you're doing now? Was it just the situation in Puerto Rico, or did it begin prior to that?
Well, I definitely wanted to use my popularity for a cause.
Yes.
You know, for not in vain, to actually help humanity in one way or another. Being that my whole message is a kind of humanitarian message, you know,
Yes.
a message of equality. So basically, while searching for the cause to you know, invest my time and my team into, the hurricanes hit in Puerto Rico.
Right.
And created massive devastation. I have a lot of family out there.
And where's your family from?
Well, all over, but San Juan, Aguadilla, Lajas, Mayagüez, a couple of different places.
That's my
Wow.
neighbor.
Yeah.
Hey.
Mayagüez is my neighbor. Yep.
Where you from?
Hormigueros.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. Definitely, I love PR. I love going out there. It's amazing. Every time I go out there, I feel like this is my home. And you know, I was brought up in the Bronx, but that's the roots. You know what I'm saying? The sangre.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That blood.
That's the
But,
motherland.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
So now talk to us a little bit about your efforts since the storm, because you've made
Right.
wonderful contributions to the cause.
Absolutely. Well, basically, we started a GoFundMe page. That's GoFundMe.com/MESSFAMPR. That was our first fundraiser. And we raised up a bunch of money, and we went out to Puerto Rico in June. And we cleaned up a park in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico. Nice. And it was about a 4-acre park. We removed like over 80 trees.
Wow.
It was we managed volunteers. We went out there and we worked the sweat on our own back. Like, it was amazing. I was out there with a machete and a sombrero on.
Old school.
Yeah. Really getting
Cutting
into
weeds.
it.
It was really cool. You know, we had a big tractor and a bulldozer and things like that. You know, we have a lot of great footage from it as well.
Yes, as a matter of fact, we want to show that footage. Junior, if you're ready, we can bring up that video.
The video.
Nothing like your grandmother cooking on that stove, eating arroz con pollo while you playing domino. I reminisce about how it all was before the hurricanes hit and we was left in the dust. Now we watching paper towel rolls flying by us, feeling like we ain't got no hope. Like where's the love?
Just me and my lady, going half on the baby. Some addition on the island, took hours of flying. Waking up, sipping daiquiris, catching sun rising. By the beach where the blue water's precious as diamonds. I'd be lying if I said I wanna die in my hood. I'd rather
We're back.
We are back.
So that was a dope video, man. I love the fact that, you know, it's so realistic. It gives you the entire feel of what was happening at that time and what's been going on. So where exactly did that was that shot?
That was shot in Aguadilla.
Oh, it was shot in Aguadilla.
Yep. At one part was at Crash Boat Beach. The other part was at at the actual park that we were cleaning up. And also in the neighborhood around, we got some footage in the car and whatnot, just driving around and getting the atmosphere.
So when exactly was that video shot? How long ago now?
I would say late June. I was out there.
So that's fairly
right.
recent. Okay.
Yep, absolutely. So yeah, that was basically what we did. We went out there and we cleaned up the park and we shot the video. Basically, that video is a promo for a song that we created for Puerto Rico. It's called "Never Forgot."
Right.
We actually collaborated with a great producer. His name is Herb Middleton.
Yes.
He's actually
Grammy nominated.
Correct. Grammy nominated, multi-platinum selling producer. He's amazing, awesome individual, and amazing producer. So we linked up with him and his label, New Vibes Records, and we created Never Forgot. And 100% of the sales proceeds from this record is actually going to be pledged to Helping Hands for Puerto Rico for our mission.
Wow.
That's awesome.
So guys, where exactly can I direct them to go make sure that they pick up Never Forgot so that we can continue to generate some income over to Puerto Rico? Where can we find it?
Right. You can actually go to my website, STILLAMESS.com, and right there on the front page, it'll direct you where you can actually buy it. And while you're there, you can check out all the awesome stuff that I have on my website as well.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes.
So before we ask you to do a freestyle, because we want to hear the bars in person. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But I do want to note that there has been some love on the feed for you. So they've
Yes.
just been saying, God bless you. Thank you so much for your contribution in helping PR. So people are really showing you love and wishing you well, because we understand as Puerto Rican Latinas ourselves,
Right.
we understand the conditions of the island, and we see all of the efforts in which you've put in. And I also saw you did a fundraiser dinner, right, in El San Juan, and
Absolutely.
was that in the Bronx, or that was Rockland County as well?
That was actually in El Barrio, which is Spanish
okay.
Harlem.
Oh, okay, yes.
Yeah. So, it was actually at this restaurant called El San Juan, like you said, and we had an amazing dinner. We had some comedians, courtesy of J-Dub. I did a little performance there, as well as I did a speech, which I was
Yes.
very nervous about.
Why? You're doing great.
Because as an artist, I feel more natural, like performing
Music. Right.
my music. It's not very often that I give a speech, and plus I had to write it too.
So when
you
words
know?
fail, music speaks for you.
Right. Exactly.
my
But fortunately though, I got a great reception on my speech. People actually said that it was amazing, and I just was really humbled, just because of the awesome people that were really around me.
Yeah.
We had a candidate for governor that was there. We had a couple pretty important people that were in the building. So
Right.
I just wanted to make the greatest impression that I could.
Yeah.
And spread awareness.
Right, absolutely,
Which is good.
absolutely, and the most important thing for people to understand now is the biggest problems that we have is with Puerto Rico's infrastructure and education system.
Talk about it.
They
Talk
closed
about it.
down 222 schools in Puerto Rico.
Yes.
So now we have children that are 10 and 11 years old that have to travel 10, 20 miles to go to school, sometimes without the public transportation being readily available to them.
Exactly.
Right.
So if they don't travel by themselves or get away there, they don't go to school. So what the problem is creating a lot of families that are migrating to New York and mainland USA. And my problem with that is I feel that Puerto Rico is at a risk of losing its cultural identity. Because then now we're going to have people that are not from Puerto Rico buying the property in Puerto Rico.
That's right.
Yes,
And
I've
then
been saying this.
next-
Thank you.
Next thing you know, Puerto Rico is just going to be like a big commercial tourist
Yep.
land, and all the Puerto Ricans are kind of not going to be there anymore.
Exactly.
So, and then what happens? Our culture starts to fizzle out. And then the more people get assimilated with the culture of what's going on in the mainland USA, the more our culture will fizzle out there too as well. So
Right.
eventually, the Puerto Rican will not know anything about, what our real culture is.
Our roots, right? We're gonna lose our roots.
That's
I
right.
I really love what you stand for, especially this is something that is very close to my heart as well, having family over there, having lived there for a long time. Actually, the elementary school that I went to was one of the schools that was shut down.
Wow.
And so both my husband and I went to that elementary school together. That's where we met.
Yeah.
So, it's like one of those things where, it does speak volumes about the situation that's going on over there. I feel like I would like for you to go ahead and tell us, like, how could we get involved for those of us that want to get involved and want to give a little bit more, right? With everything that you're doing, how can we do that?
That's real easy. Just get in contact with me and like volunteer. You can go to proudfest.com and fill out a volunteer form, and that goes directly to my email, and I'll contact anybody who wants to volunteer. Basically, we have a bunch of different fundraiser events that we're doing. On October 21st, we're going to be having a paint and sip. It's a reggaeton paint and sip, actually.
That sounds lit.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be lit. We're going to have the best empanadas in the world there. They're courtesy of Empanada Master. And if y'all don't know about Empanada Master, you got to get up on it.
You got to get up on it.
You know what I'm saying? It's amazing. My parents won't stop ranting and raving about them. Saying, oh, those empanadas, I need someone to move empanadas. But so definitely come. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to do a performance. We have Kano Casanova that's going to do a performance.
Wow.
Right.
Chewy G that's going to be there.
That's amazing.
And we're going to have Dom the DJ. He's going to be DJing it. It's going to be a really good time. We're going to auction off a painting courtesy of Sandra Rivera. She's a local artist out of Rockland County, New York.
Nice.
She's amazing. She's done a lot for the cause. Definitely we need as many people inviting people to these events as possible, because the more people that come out and support, right, the more we're going to be actually able to give back, because we're
Absolutely.
raising funds. And the greatest part of it is that our events are amazing. You know what I'm saying?
It sounds like it's gonna be.
It's not just, something you go out to and you're like, it was a cool little fundraiser dinner. The food is amazing, the music is amazing, the people are amazing and important. We have a lot of awesome people that come to our events and a lot of awesome performers. So definitely come out and support, because at the end of the day, you can go out and support something that's not gonna give back to a
Right.
good cause. And spend your money there. You might not even have as good of a time. Or
That's
you can
right.
come to our event and give back to Puerto Rico and have an amazing night.
And make a difference.
For sure.
Yeah, I love that. I love what you represent. I love your story. I love what's happening. But let's get into these bars, though.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Excuse me. Manager steps in. Big Veg in the building.
That's
The
what's
boys
up.
here. He
Hey.
said we need a vegetarian spirit, and he wants to talk about what was the name of the fest?
Proud Fest.
Proud Fest. Let's talk about it real quick before we get into these bars.
Okay, cool. First, I want to let you know what proud means to us. Okay, and that's to preserve, rebuild, organize, unite, and defend Puerto Rico.
Okay.
Nice.
That's why
heard
we
it.
call it the Proud Fest, Proud, proud. And basically what we're doing is on December 22nd, we're going to be having the first annual Proud Fest, and it's going to be in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico, at the park that we cleaned up this past June. And at this event, that's going to be free admission for the people of Puerto Rico, of course. We're going to be doing different activities and having a concert, and it's going to be a really nice thing over there. Also, we're going to be giving away free school supplies to the kids, backpacks,
Nice. That's
and
beautiful.
different things to help the community in need. Not only the kids, but also the people that work in the education system. We're going to be offering up different supplies for them as well.
That's amazing. Good for you, man. God bless. That's awesome. I
Thank you.
love hearing things that are so positive and inspirational. You see, this is what we mean by interviewing inspirational people.
Yes, my grandfather is out that way. We live on the. I say we live, but I live here, unfortunately. He lives on the West Coast, so I'll tell him to swing by. Give me
that'd
those
be great.
details.
Absolutely.
He's a musician. He would love to be a part of that.
Why
so.
don't y'all come out to Puerto Rico?
Cause
No, I'm down. What
I
you mean,
mean,
cuz?
'cause-
Well, I know. Yes.
Hey,
You gonna pay for my plane ticket?
Help us with our mission, and we will pay for your plane ticket. Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
You know what
Then
I'm
let's
saying?
do it then. Let's
Yeah, man.
do it.
Absolutely.
I'm down.
So are y'all down to go to Puerto Rico with us? Comment below if you're with it. Come on. We all going to Puerto Rico. That's just it. We out.
Yes.
Shout outs to Shorty. Shout outs to my mom. My mom actually said we need to support the island in any way possible. She's proud and preserve, rebuild, organize, and defend PR. She loved that acronym. She thought that was hot.
Thank you.
It's always good when you get mom's approval, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Gracias, señora.
Yes. So let's get into these bars. Can we get into the bars, babe?
Yes.
All right. I don't think we're
Buffet.
out. Oh, we're out.
Yep.
Y'all was talking about Kanye, y'all about Trump.
We're on.
We're good on time.
We're back on. Are we back on? You would think that we're doing this in scenes.
right. Cut and go. We are good.
And scene. Oh boy. I don't know what's up with the infrastructure.
Hanging, you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
right?
They
All
were
right,
like,
so we're
"Oh."
officially on, right? We're good? Okay.
back.
So
Cool.
now we're going to get back into it. I apologize. Something's wrong with the broadband. Do we still use broadband?
I got off the Wi-Fi.
Okay. Well, anyway, we'll have a conversation with Verizon after this. Without further ado, hip-hop artist from Rockland County, Still a Mess.
What? Hey, still a mess. All right, a little quick acapella verse for you. Haters can't stop my flow. Ever since I got my bands, most these rappers can't top my dough. 90% won't pop for show. We be out in PR making the crowd go block their nose. A lot of cats flip-flop for show. I could point them out for you. Those are cats that is not to know. MESSFAM on our Optimo. Tay told me that I got the glow. Veg told me that I got this show. Truth like, let's invest this dough. Ray said we gon' rebuild PR Tato. You see, I gotta represent for the team. Split it up when we make that green. Make sure everybody net gon' gleam. I'm just here letting off my steam. Still a mess. The great American wet dream. What?
Yes. All right then. Sounds good on this side. So last question, right? Because I'm afraid the Wi-Fi may go out again. I don't know what the hell is going on. Verizon.
That's the good part, though.
We gonna talk. We gonna talk. The secret ingredient. Everyone has one, and here at La Cocina, we believe that everybody brings that special ingredient to the table. It's something that is what makes you you. It's something that has contributed to your success. Would you mind sharing that with our Cocina community? Your
God.
secret ingredient?
Absolutely,
No,
God.
don't do that.
What?
I'm joking.
Veg just can't be still.
Yo.
He can't be contained. You can't you can't control the vegetarian spirit. All right, so
you can go.
without further ado, please share with us your secret ingredient.
The secret ingredient in my life is God. You know, I mean, personally, I just ask God to order my footsteps. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying?
Yes,
Not my
that's
will,
beautiful.
but yours be done. You know, and He continues to change my life every day. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So I don't like to take credit for anything that I do. And in actuality, I just say that I'm just a vessel. I'm a vessel of God.
That's
you know what I'm
right.
saying?
Absolutely.
And that secret ingredient is the adobo that God gives me.
That's
You know what I'm
good.
saying?
And don't be cheap with that adobo.
Hey.
Let them know it's real. But I appreciate that. I think that is an amazing word of advice. I think that people should really kind of get back into basics of using their spirituality as their sword and shield the way that you have. I think that's admirable and honorable.
For
so
sure. That's what's up.
God bless. I really wish
Thank
you the
you.
best of luck. Shout outs to you. Shout outs to the whole Rockland County.
Getting all
Shout
this
outs to
love.
Big Veg in the building making noise
You
for
gotta give love to the boogie down too. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's
Shout
where,
outs
you
to
know
the
what I'm
BX,
saying?
to the Bronx. Shout outs to Puerto Rico. We really, please, y'all, please help us support the cause. Go and pick up Still a Mess's Never Forget.
Never
collaborate-
forgot, never
I'm
forgot.
sorry, never forgot. My
Because
bad.
yo, if you say never forget, but like you could say, I'll never forget you.
Yeah.
Nah, but we say we
No,
never forgot you.
Got you.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
right. You right. So you also collaborated with other artists. We want to show them love.
Right, absolutely. Big shout out to all the new vibes artists. Will Porter, T Honey, Danelia, Fee Blue, Castro. Anybody else I'm missing? Oh, and the legendary Herb Middleton himself.
That's
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Big shout out to him. And because he has a big heart for Puerto Rico, this brother, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Born in the Bronx, New York, has a lot of Puerto Rican friends and family, you know what I'm saying? So his heart is very big for Puerto Rico. And I want to just thank him once more, you know, for his contribution to our mission and our movement.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you again so much for sharing your story with us. We appreciate you. We love what you got going on. Please keep us posted with everything that you have going forward.
Thank you.
We'd like to think that you're family now. You know what I mean?
Absolute-
La familia
familia,
de la
yeah.
cocina. Ya
That's
tú
right.
sabes cómo es. Okay. That's what we doing. All right, listen. So this has been...
Wait.
Hold on. How am I not controlling my own show at this point? How is this happening? We got him all the way, Veg. He's had lower thirds since the beginning of all three scenes.
So shout out to technical squad.
Shout out to the technical squad. Shout outs to Junior, who did an amazing job. He's our brand new switcher. Even though we lost connection, but that had nothing to do with him.
We swear.
Nothing. He's calling
doing a great
Verizon.
job.
But listen, shout out to all of you guys for joining us and for tuning in. We appreciate you. Shout out to the La Cocina community. Listen, if we can, Junior, let's throw up the lower thirds of the La Cocina podcast, the YouTube page. Guys, we need your help. Please subscribe to the channel, like, comment, share these videos. We need your help to continue to build and to push the message of positivity and inspiration forward. And we can't do that alone. We need your help. So please subscribe to our channel, like us on Facebook, like us on Instagram, follow us on all social media platforms. Am I missing anything else?
No, stop slacking.
Yeah.
Guys, I am not an aggressive human being. I am not. Y'all are gonna pull it out of me because we're so close.
200 subscribers.
So
it's right
close.
there. So listen, if y'all could just continue to show love, we thank you for being a part of the process and for supporting us. And without further ado, good night.
Buenas noches.